Hi everyone, welcome to the next vlog for BDI Resourcing. Today we're going to talk about what you should expect from your induction to the NHS. So when you arrive, what help and support are you going to get from your hospital, and then what other things can you do to help yourself settle in quickly. Okay, so the first thing that you can expect to do on day one in the hospital is probably going to be non-clinical. At this stage, you've already signed your papers with HR, you've cleared your occupational health, you've done all the checks that are necessary, and really this is an opportunity to learn about all of the procedures local to the hospital, so clinical and non-clinical, and that can be anything from what their practice is regarding where you're going to park your car, what the dress code is, all the way through to the more clinical things about infection control within the hospital, all the different policies surrounding that. So a good induction is really important to make sure that you are familiar with the setting that you're about to work in, and can make it much easier to settle into your new hospital role. Generally, inductions will be on set days of the month. So it's worth checking with your HR representative or with your recruitment consultant when the closest induction day is to when your start date is. Sometimes they'll do them on an ad hoc basis, so it doesn't matter when you intend to start, they'll have somebody there to sit down and go through things with you. Often it can be done in online modules as well. So day one induction in terms of the non-clinical stuff, and then we'll go on to, I'll explain a little bit more about what to expect on day one from your clinical duties. Right, your induction's complete, you're ready to start work, so you're coming back into work the next day. If you haven't already done so during your induction period, you should go to HR and get sorted out with an ID badge. Really important in the NHS that everybody knows who you are and knows what to call you. Once you've been sorted out with your IT access and your ID badge, you're ready to go to the department. So usually what will happen is that your new clinical supervisor will come and meet you, take you to the department and show you around the setting that you're going to be working in, and they'll be introducing you to all of your new colleagues in the department. Try your best, I know there'll be a lot of faces, but try your best to remember as many of the people that you can, that you meet on that day, and don't be afraid to ask them for help. That first day or first couple of days really is just going to be about, again, getting familiar with your setting, becoming comfortable with the people and the colleagues that you're going to be working with. It's really, really important to remember that the NHS is not going to put you in a position where you are a danger to yourself or a danger to patients. There will always be, for international doctors, a crossover period where you need to learn what it means to work in the NHS and what the new systems and processes are. So you won't be let loose to see patients without supervision in those early days. After you've navigated those first couple of days, the really nerve-wracking ones early on in your new job, we want to move on and start thinking about the next couple of months, and really that will be an extension of that sort of supernumerary period where you're going to be under supervision clinically. This will be a time for your clinical supervisors and your educational supervisors to sit with you and work out exactly what your skill set is. So what are the areas that you need support with, where are the areas that you'll be able to work reliably and independently, and also a period for you to, previously to the other things that we've said about day one, is get comfortable. You'll be settling in, you'll be supervised, you won't have to worry or stress out about not knowing what to do. There should be a lot of people around you that will be there to support you. Luckily, that's not something that will stop after the first couple of months. The NHS is a very supportive environment to work in, and people are always working as part of a larger team. So you will always get the support that you need in order to deliver patient care. So the first couple of months, really, just to summarise, is working out for you and for your new employer what your skills are, where you need additional support, and still undergoing that sort of handover period as you get to know the NHS. So we've got some tips that might help you through the first couple of days and months. As I've alluded to, those are going to be probably pretty stressful. You might be quite anxious. You've not just moved to a new country, you've relocated, sometimes your whole family. So there's going to be a lot going on. So don't feel too overwhelmed if you can help it. A lot of doctors have made this move very successfully, and there are lots of other doctors who are in the middle of making the same journey as you. So just know that you're not alone during that time. It's really important that you ask questions. Ask as many questions as you can. Make sure that you are utilising the support support the people who are around you, whether that is clinical or non-clinical. You should definitely be trying to learn and take in as much information as you can about working in your new environment. It could be a really good idea to visit one of the GMC Welcome to the UK events. So they run those in Edinburgh, Belfast, Manchester, London, and you can find out where they're running those online. So sometimes a good opportunity to look up. I think they tend to run them once or twice a month. So there should be something happening near you, or certainly within an area that's accessible. Another thing to focus on is taking each day as it comes. Try not to worry too much about what's happening in a couple of months' time. In the early days, as we said, just get your head around what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. If you're on a regular rota, that might mean working out where you need to be at what times, what sort of actions and procedures are expected of you, or it could just be simple things like working out how you're going to get home. What time does the local bus leave? How am I going to get back to my apartment? Anything like that. Finally, definitely, if you can, and again, use your recruitment consultant for this, is utilize the local community in your hospital. As I've mentioned, there will be lots of other doctors going through the same journey, or who have already done this transition. So use them, speak to them, talk about what you're worried about, talk about the issues that you're having or the problems you're facing, and let them tell you how they overcame it. Take the advice of others who've been in your shoes. Those are our top tips of information, and I hope that you'll find it helpful when you're eventually settling into the UK. Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be another BDI Resourcing vlog on the way very soon. In the meantime, if you need any help moving to the UK, or you just have any questions, feel free to get in touch. Thank you.